I think that like the differences with terrestrial radio, me being I'm on in the moment versus a podcast that's not on in the moment.
Yes.
So if something is happening right now, I can give it to you right now.
Yeah.
Damn, Q. Baby, you did that.
What up, man? It's your boy Shad. Shad versus Everybody podcast. Voice of Detroit. Motherfucking podcast MVP in this motherfucker, man.
The champ is here! The champ is here!
What up, man? It's your boy Shad. Shad versus Everybody podcast, episode 237. And y'all see who we got, man. I shouldn't even have to say it. Y'all should know what's going on. We got a radio legend. We got a host, a podcast host, a voiceover, talent, actor, and everything else, man. We got the homie, the legend, the dog, Bushman. What's up, man?
I'm acting.
Man.
Up.
How you feel?
Feeling good.
Yeah, that's what's up. Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. It be, what I'm saying, sometimes I get people come in the basement. I'll be surprised that they actually come. So I, sent you a message. We went back and forth. Oh, he really coming. He gave me his personal phone number. Like, he gonna make this happen.
Yeah. Would have made it happen a little bit sooner, man. But I was so busy, man. And then I had to take a break. And I went over to France for a couple of days. And, ate some cheese, some crap. I'm a cheese snob. I'm just letting you know that. And had some wine, some champagne, cleared my head, and came back, and now I'm in the basement. I'm ready.
So you say France? What I mean, you just say, hey, you know what? I want to get out of here. Let me go to France.
I had a ticket, man, that I needed to use.
Yeah,
and I had to use it. So I was like, well, I got to go take care of this stuff. Some personal stuff, family, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to France.
Heck yeah, man. How was it over there? Like,
oh man. It was Trebillon.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. Shout out to France, man. Our listeners over there in France. But we start off every episode with salute me while I'm here. A lot of times we wait for people to pass away before we make that long Facebook status about how we love him or her. Instead of, showing them why, saying that we love them while they can still receive it.
Okay.
But it can't be the ordinary answer. It can't be like people that's super close to you that, kids or parents. It gotta be somebody outside of that. So is anybody that you want to go ahead and show some love? It could be multiple people or one person.
Man, the city.
Okay.
For 30 plus years, the city has stood behind me, supported me, loved me, recognized me, gave me flowers whenever I've been out in public, heck, in other states, other countries. 30 plus years, man.
Man, that's a blessing.
In one market on the radio, it's been a blessing, and I would love to thank the city of Detroit for everything that they've done. They helped raise me, and just thank you.
Yeah, man. 30 years is crazy, man.
Yeah.
I want to dive into that a little bit later, but it's crazy. Like I said, when I had Coco on the show, yourself, it's like I remember being in that in the back of the seat, and, on my way to school, listening to y'all, or on my way home from school. Listening to
I like to
Chase.
thank, and also want to send shout out to anybody who ever came up to me, told me that, man, I've been listening to you since I was born. Okay, and so that means you were listening to me before you were even an embryo. Thank you. I appreciate you. You make me feel very young. Okay.
Yeah, man. But I want to start with this year, 2025, almost over. It's crazy how fast this year went by. Came and went
like the Flash.
Yeah, man. But what were some things that you looked, from 2024 to 2025 that you wanted to maybe achieve, get better, change up? Did you have anything going into the new year that you wanted to change up personally or with your career?
Prioritizing my health, my well-being.
Yes.
I'll just keep going. I work. I go to sleep, I'm thinking and I'm working. I wake up, I'm working, I'm thinking. Like when I took a break the other week, it took days for me to turn off my brain to not work. I had to turn social media off. So I need to do better at that. As far as career and stuff like that, I've been blessed, man. I've had a lot of things come my way, but I'm hungry. I want to do more acting.
Okay.
I want to do more voice acting. I want to do characters. I want to try my hand at comedy. I want to try, doing some writing.
You still got a lot more stuff. Yeah.
I still got a lot more stuff. So it's just about prioritizing and time management to be able to do all those different things.
What are you going to do as far as like resetting? You said that you needed that time in France and stuff like that to get your mind right, and you work so much. Did you think like maybe I need to take more breaks and not just go so long that it's like mentally draining that now you forced to do it?
I need to do better about taking more breaks. I have the time to take.
Okay.
But I just don't take them like I should because I just go. I go, man. I run. I'm a sprinter, man. I'm a marathoner. I keep going, man. And then I realized, dude, you've been going for 3 months straight. You ain't stopped yet. You had 1 weekend off. So I got to do better at that.
For sure. Now, while we sticking kind of to that subject, when tough times come about, who do Bushman have to talk to? What do you do to get things back on track and get yourself right?
My therapist.
Okay.
As a black male, I want you to know that I do have a therapist that I talk to every other week. And there's no shame in that. When you need to talk to somebody, you got to have somebody to talk to.
Definitely.
If it's, work related or something like that, I got my work homies. They're all around the country, all the way, from California to Dallas to Jacksonville. I can call them up. We can chop game because they know where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? If it's on a personal thing, I get a lot out with my therapist. I get a lot out with my doctors. And then you know who your close homies are.
Yeah,
who you can talk to.
Who you can trust.
And sometimes quiet is kept. You know who you can just go to and not have to say one word
and
to.
And they know,
that person is just going to give you a hug.
For
sometimes when I do my features on the radio, the homies that are listening, they can tell in my voice when something's wrong.
Yeah.
And I get text messages.
Yeah.
You good? And sometimes all it takes is somebody to check on you.
Yeah.
Like I tell people all the time, check on your homies. Just make sure they're good.
Yeah.
Let them know you love them. That you're thinking about them. Or they doing a good job. Because sometimes when we do what we do, we don't always get the recognition we need, because everybody's busy. Everybody's got their own things going on. They don't always have time to do that.
Now, are you truthful in those check-ins?
Yeah.
Sometimes you can check in on somebody and just you're lying.
No.
You don't want to really give too much.
No, like I'm straight up truthful about it, all right? And I'm also truthful about it, like, do you really want to know?
Yeah, exactly.
If
You
don't
saying it.
really want to go down this road, you don't really want to turn the signal on and go into this lane to hear how I'm really doing, then, I'm giving you an out.
For sure, yeah. Definitely.
Because if not, we're going to change lanes, and I'm going to tell you how I'm really doing.
Yeah, can you handle it?
Can you handle it? Because, when you do when you're in entertainment, and you're upbeat, that's where people see you. They see you as upbeat. Yeah. They see you as happy. They see you living your best life. They don't understand that ain't always the case. When my voice acting coach told me when I started doing that, she said, you're an actor, right?
Yeah.
I said, what do you mean? You're on the radio every day acting.
Yep.
You acting a fool, you're acting crazy, you acting something. The days that you're not up to it, but you still on the radio, you doing it, you're acting.
Yeah.
And so sometimes people don't realize you're going through things, but you're on the radio upbeat and acting, and they will never know.
Yeah, never know. You don't want to, cast that on everybody else. Like, what I'm saying? Because I am with coaching and stuff with my girls and my boys. I'm like, don't bring your problems to practice. Now you're going to bring the whole team down. What I'm saying? It's a time for you can hey, I'm going through something, but don't take it out on your team or your peoples or your family.
Yeah.
Cause my dad used to come home all the time, man, at work. Like, you take it all on us. Like, I ain't got whooping for no reason, man, cause you mad.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. And I was like that with my kids. I look, I'll text them, look, Dad's had a bad day. I just want to give you the heads up before I even get home.
Exactly. Clean up or
Clean
whatever.
up.
Yeah.
Go clean the toilets. You know what I'm saying? Put those dishes in the dishwasher. Do what you need to do because you don't want me to, lose my mind up in here, up in here.
No, for sure. Now, when you say, saying you on the radio, you got to be upbeat even when you're going through stuff. Talk about Bushman and Jonathan.
Mm-hmm.
Like the difference between the two, if it is any difference.
So, there is a difference.
Okay.
There's a split personality.
Yeah, I figured.
Okay. Jonathan is an introvert.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. He is quiet guy, doesn't like to talk much, very shy.
Okay.
Likes to sit back and watch his crime shows.
Yeah. We just got to talk about that before you came.
Yeah. He likes to do that.
Okay.
Bushman is a character that Jonathan developed that is the total opposite.
Yeah.
Wild, crazy, just you never know what the heck he's going to do.
For sure.
He's just out there. He became a character that Jonathan could hide behind.
Yeah.
And the whole look and persona is really crazy because I had a cartoon drawn of me probably 35, 36 years ago.
Okay.
Before I had dreads. I look exactly like that cartoon character now. Way before I knew I was going to end up looking like this with the dreadlocks and everything like that. And that's who he is. I am.
Okay, so Jonathan is chill. Bushman is crazy.
Chill, way back. Bushman don't sleep. He always thinking.
Yeah.
And so they always have to have these little internal conversations.
Yeah, those battles.
Sit your
Now, the name Bushman, was it a different name or was it always Bushman from jump? And
I used to be DJ JD or JD the DJ. And then when I came up with the idea of Bushman, it was because I used to work 7 days a week.
Okay.
And I wouldn't be able to get a haircut. And so I would just stop. Literally, I would stop by and buy these baseball caps or whatever and just happen to be I buy the cap of somebody who just won a championship, and so the guys were just teasing me. I said, "Well, y'all don't understand. I'm about to grow a big 18-inch bush." So I was thinking about the bushes outside of the station where I was working at, because I didn't want to say afro. And so then I just developed this character on air, and then one day I actually got a haircut, and this woman came up to me. She looked disappointed because I didn't look how I described myself. So then I went and bought a wig, and I put the wig on and put the baggy overalls on, and I became Bushman. And as I let my hair grow out up under the wig, the whole character came together.
I wasn't expecting that one.
No, it was
Bushman ever since.
It was almost like, you taking a piece of paper and you writing down the name Bushman, and then you write down eye colors, weight, height, and a description or whatever like that. Literally, there's a sheet somewhere, I don't know where it's at right now, probably somewhere in a pod, somewhere stored, that has a whole description of me. And then I was going by JD the Bushman, and then my promotions director at the time, Jamie Workman, he says it's too confusing because you got two names. Just use one. And then I just started going by Bushman.
Yeah, Bushman's cold, man. It's cold. And back on the therapist thing, what was the point that you felt like you needed to see a therapist? Like, because for the ones listening who might be going through some things, when was it a breaking point? Like, I need to go see somebody, talk to somebody.
When I realized that I was suffering from depression and suffering from anxiety, I have both of those.
Okay.
I mean, like even just driving here today, I was anxious.
Okay.
There's a part of me that just wanted to like go somewhere else. And then there's a part of me that wanted to come. And then that's when Jonathan and Bushman have to have that internal conversation, like, yo, go do this. You're cool. You go do this. And so I was talking to my doctor, and like, you need a therapist. And so it takes a few times to find the right person, the right match, or whatever like that. But sometimes you just need to have somebody to talk to where you are not being judged by your thoughts. And then people that can give you solid advice and things to use as coping mechanisms. I like one of the things when I was suffering through my worst times, my darkest times, I would just eat.
Yeah.
That's all I did. Eat. I wouldn't do drugs. I wouldn't go out and get drunk. I mean, Friday nights when I was at St. Andrews, but that's a whole nother story. But I would eat. And so, of course, I had to then lose the weight or whatever. Yeah. And then I gained it back and lose it and gain it back and lose it and gain it. And now I've kept it off for 3 years. But, through therapy, I learned about that. I know what my triggers are now. I know a lot about my personality that causes a lot of problems for me, too. So I deal with it every day.
Got you. Was there ever a time that you felt like you were stuck in a situation where you feel like I can't get out of it, messed up situation, or just something going wrong, and you just like, I'm stuck. Like, it's hard for me to get up out of this or break, whatever's going on?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, there's been times where you feel like you're stuck, but then you have to have that talk with yourself. You're never stuck.
Yeah.
This is just about you reaching out and turning the doorknob and opening the door.
Yeah.
You got to do it. I mean, heck, the door might be already cracked.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of you taking the first step.
Yep. And it's funny you said that. I was talking to someone. It was Monday. I had a podcast with someone from DC, and he was talking about voices. And he said usually, I hope I'm saying it right. He said usually the voice that you hear is your own voice that steer you to the bad things. He was like, he was saying like you got the devil, you got saying these different voices, but usually when you're thinking bad thoughts, it's always your voice that's saying these things.
I would say that's probably true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think when you think of the bad things, here's what I always tell people. It's easier to think about the negative things and try and almost go down that negative route than it is a positive. Because the positive takes a little bit more energy.
Yeah.
And when you're in one of those moments or one of those episodes, you don't have the energy. So that's why it's easier to go down the rabbit hole of the negativity when you hear that voice.
Yep.
That voice may be a little bit more, this is going to sound crazy, that voice may sound a little bit more soothing than that positive voice that might sound more of authority.
Yeah.
But you got to make your choices. You got to make your decisions.
Because you got those voices, you be like, man, you ain't doing shit with your life.
Yeah.
you messing up right now. Like, and you hearing that, you repeating it, and you thinking it, and especially if you don't have nobody that's giving you encouraging words.
Right.
I remember my mom, she passed away 12 years ago, but I remember it could be like the worst time, and she could say like, it'll be all right. And I'm like, damn, it will be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that simple little, you know what I'm saying? Because coming from your mom, somebody who care about you.
Yeah, and that's what I tell people all the time. Yeah. Sometimes it's just a matter of somebody telling you and reminding you, yo, you're going to be all right, man. Yeah. It's going to be okay.
No, for sure. You know what? You're right. Like, even though you know it's going to be all right, but it's just that reinforcement.
Just sometimes you need that outside voice to tell you.
Yep. Somebody you trust too.
You're right. And it's amazing. It could come in a text message.
Yep.
Before I left the house, one of my friends is dealing with some things right now, right? I just shot and they just popped up in my head. And I just shot her a text and says, just remember you are amazing.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah. It made her whole day.
Probably made her whole weekend.
For sure.
I don't know. But I just felt like I needed to do that. Because, you can feel when somebody's going through something, and when you're going through something, you're not alone. And sometimes sharing the things that I'm sharing with you right now makes if somebody else feel better because they know they're not alone. They don't wish it on you, but they know that, damn, if he's going through it, I'm going through it. I'm not alone.
Yeah, exactly. Now, kind of staying on this subject, but last year in April, you almost got to a car accident.
Whew, Lord have mercy.
Last year in July, I actually got to a car accident.
Okay.
I got hit by somebody, stole a car going like so fast, flipped me over. Thank God I was cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you had that happen to you, I believe you was in West Bloomfield.
Yep.
And
coming down Telegraph.
Yeah. Like, now I know nothing didn't happen, but what was your thoughts afterwards when you like, damn, this could have been, this could have been bad? Like how would you, processing all that?
Well, one thing I realized is that, okay, Bush, you need to get your estate all figured out for your kids. Because, you know, a couple of feet over, that car had been in my lane would have hit me head on. Because I couldn't tell that it was on my side of the road.
Yeah.
You know, it also made me realize that when it's your time, it's your time.
Yeah.
You know, and for some reason, God put me in that middle lane and not that left lane on Telegraph. And it wasn't my time. You know, and you really, I felt blessed.
Yeah.
But then it was just like that weekend, I think there was 3 different wrong way drivers. And then when I got this guy's whole full story of what happened with him, it was just, thank God that nobody was hurt. Not even him.
Yeah.
They stopped him.
Yeah.
But it had started. I'm in Bloomfield Hills. I think I was Telegraph and Maple.
Okay.
Right when this happened. And so they stopped him, but he started in Waterford.
Oh man. Damn.
Yeah. So you think about how far he got. And he was flying.
Yeah.
Drunk. Was flying straight.
Yeah.
And his ex had called the police and let them know when he left the house that he was driving and he was drunk. You know, so police did a real good job at setting up a containment to stop him. But it scared the crap out of me.
Man, I bet, man. Yeah. And like I said, man, because when I got to the accident, I was cool. But it's like once I made phone calls, I started breaking down. Because I couldn't, you know, I could have been not making this phone call, or it could have been my wife calling people to let them know that I didn't make it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So cause my car flipped over and everything, and I just got out the car.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, with no bruises, no injuries or nothing. It's like, but that's when you guys just thank God. You know what I'm saying?
You thank God, and realize it could have been worse. And I've seen worse. I mean, I had something traumatic happen to me in the early part of my career where I was going to work and I saw a car come across the road, flip, hit another car, and the car is bang, 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 bang. I was going to work. I turned left into work, and that's how I ended up avoiding the accident. Ran out, tried to help, you know, as much as I could, called 911, was talking to this kid who was sitting in the car, trying to tell him, you're going to be all right, you're going to be all right, keep him calm, keep him calm. And it was crazy because the radio station where the studio was faced the street.
Okay.
So the next day when I went to work, I had to see them out there investigating. And they came back and they talked to me some more and to find out that the kid that I was talking to died.
Yeah.
And you know, when I went home after getting off the work that night, I went home, I sat there, and I ain't want to go nowhere.
Yeah, man.
People had to bring me food. I would not leave the house. I wouldn't do nothing. I was like, I'm not going nowhere until I have to go back there. And I'm going a different route.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Yeah, it took me a while because I was on, when my accident, I was on 8 Mile in Gloucester. And every time I go past that area, I'm super looking like...
Yo, that's PTSD.
Yeah. And another thing, like my wife was like, you didn't see the car? I'm like, I'm glad I didn't, because then I probably would have frozen and stopped.
Yeah.
Luckily, I was going a little bit, so it got me from the back. Pause. But
well, this is going to be a meme.
Yeah, no, yeah. So yeah, thankfully, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, man, it just be those little moments and those little times that you just be like, man.
Oh yeah, I mean,
thankful.
For a long time when I would go drive to work, I saw that accident over and over again.
Yeah.
And that area of Telegraph where the wrong way driver was, I can't avoid driving back and forth on that in that area. I see it every time. Yeah. Even though nothing happened, I saw it. And, you know, shout out to Jessica over at Fox 2. She saw my post, me talking about it, and I guess heard me talking about it on the radio, trying to find out what the flip happened and what was going on.
Yeah.
And she hit me up, and we did the whole news story, and she was the one that able to give me least closure on it.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
Because it tripped me out bad.
Yeah, no, for sure. Now, this is the last sad moment I'm gonna talk about.
Oh, no, good.
But you get dates that you never forget You get moments you never forget. Like for me, April 2nd and June 13th is days that I will never forget. My mom passed away April 2nd. My dad passed away June 13th. So whenever those times come about, you just instantly kind of feel some type of way. For you is I know one date for you is January 4th. That's your father, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Is it hard for you to celebrate a new year knowing that your father passed away around the new year?
It used to be, but not as much anymore.
Okay.
When I got the call that he wasn't going to make it, was actually the week of Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And so I immediately went to North Carolina to be with him. Spent Thanksgiving there, and he made it through Thanksgiving. And then he made it all the way through December.
Yeah.
So he made it through Christmas. He made it through New Year's. And then January 4th, he passed away.
Yeah.
I got the call. I was on Woodward Avenue. Nope. I just got gas on Woodward in Royal Oak. And I remember I was driving, about to go get an oil change when I got the call.
Okay.
And the way I look at it is my dad fought through Thanksgiving, through Christmas, so that, and through New Year's Eve and New Year's, so that I would not have to associate any of those holidays with his death.
Yep. Yeah, man. Because like I said, those days you never forget those days where you was at, like you said, you was getting gas and stuff like that. You never forget because. And then, like, I know with a lot of people, my family don't have no type of give a damn how they tell me when somebody about to pass away or somebody's sick. I always find out at work. Like, I'm at Chrysler, like, your grandma passed away. I'm like, I'll get off at 4.
Right.
It's 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
You could wait 2 hours later.
Yeah, I'm like, well, crazy thing about that is I had an old boss named Brian Douglas. He used to tell me my best shows were when I was upset or pissed off or sick.
Yeah.
I'm like, so you want me to be pissed off and sick?
Yeah.
That's what you want out of me. Because I would have a show and I'd come in the next day, did you hear the show last night? Because I knew that show was bomb, right? You're like, I ain't hear it.
Yeah.
I could come in the next day, be pissed off about something, and then the next day I come in, yo, you sounded amazing last night. You knew I was pissed off.
Yeah, I was hurt.
I'm like, man.
Now, when you going through stuff with a young lady at work, that's the worst time to argue with somebody. Is at work. How have you ever had that moment at work where you mad at a young lady so is hurting your whole show? Because that's what women like. Let argue with you at work or before you go to work.
No, well, obviously, according to Brian, my best shows are when I'm pissed off.
Yeah, so it didn't mess up too bad.
No, I didn't mess up too bad. No.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I'm on air. People will typically call me or things like that will happen while I'm on air because they know where I'm at.
Yeah.
They know I'm not moving. You know what I'm saying? I'm stationary.
Yeah.
In that case, there should be no reason that I don't answer the phone.
Exactly.
Because, and then keep me on the phone because I'm not going nowhere.
Yeah. There.
But then I got to do a break. So then in the next break, it's a lot of energy in that break, right?
Yeah.
And people laugh at me all the time because I'll do. All right, I'm back.
Yeah.
Like there's the two personalities right there. So,
because I came here. Right, me and my wife that got into it. Like, got to put on the mask. You know what I'm saying? Gotta be happy.
Yeah.
Can't be bring your energy on the guests.
No.
Yeah. Now, while we on parenting and stuff like that, how are you as a dad?
You know what? I think I was a good dad. I was probably spoiled too much. I'm a type of person, man. I don't like controversy. I don't like arguing and stuff like
definitely.
that. My youngest son, he probably saw multiple sides of me because he saw multiple sides of me. Because I had to go through all different stages with him of learning how to parent.
Yeah.
So But I think I was a fun dad because they all got to meet people.
Definitely.
You know, they all grew up around music, grew up in the radio station, and so it's fun.
Yeah.
But you know, when I had to be stern, but I had a dad look, so I could
Yeah, for sure.
give you that eye,
Yeah.
and
Hey,
you
calm
knew,
down.
oh snap, I'm in trouble. You know, let me stop.
Yeah. Now, earlier, 'cause, you know, with this podcast, we go all over the place, man. You had mentioned something about, you know, Bushman growing your hair out and stuff like that. And you know, you saw a character. And your character had locks. Talk about the journey, because you know, my mom took like her hair serious. You know, it was meaning behind her hair. Do you have any meaning behind like your locks? And
I started I was in Jamaica for a Bob Marley tribute.
okay.
You know, but a village may have a goat. If you go there and steal that goat, there's a couple of different things that are going to happen to you. If the village gets you,
it's
you're
over.
done.
Yeah.
If the cops get you, you're going to prison for stealing that goat because they don't have anything, and they're appreciative of whatever they got. And we have so much. Even the people that don't have maybe as much as they think they should have here, you probably have a lot more than the people there.
Yeah.
So it's a spiritual journey, and getting your hair to lock took a lot of patience, and it taught me the art of patience. And that's the other thing that I've had with my kids. I've had patience.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I might lose it a little bit,
no,
but
definitely.
I've always had patience because of the locks.
Yeah. Because like I said, my mom, she used to get mad. Like that's why I say locks. She's like, don't call it dreads. These locks. You know what I'm saying? She'll cuss you out and say your dreads.
Yeah.
She'll go in on you.
Yeah.
So I wish I could grow mine. I ain't got no hair, so yeah, man. Now, before we get to the radio thing, man, what's the worst advice and best advice you received? That could be, you know, with your career, just anything that you could remember. It was like some terrible advice or, you know, some great advice.
Man.
I knew you got a lot.
That is a question that I don't think I've ever been asked before. Like, what's the worst advice I got?
Yeah. Sometimes the worst advice can turn into some, you know.
You know what? I honestly I don't know. But probably maybe the worst advice I got is just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
No
Don't worry
plan.
about it. Just do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When it might have been something that I was thinking about or having second thoughts about, and I just went ahead and did it, you know, and then afterwards, I should have done that.
Yeah, for sure.
I should have done that. You know, best advice I probably ever gotten is remember who you are.
Definitely.
Because even though, you know, you guys, you know, say, oh, we got a legend in the basement, I'll often forget who I am.
Who you are, yeah.
You know, every day I go in like it's my first week.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's how I've been able to survive for so long.
Yeah.
I don't go in.
Like, oh, I'm Bushman. You know?
I don't go in like
Yeah.
that. And so sometimes, you know, my boss has to remind me, remember who you are.
For sure. Heck yeah.
Because sometimes, you know, I may not feel so confident.
What was your first adult decision? That you like, you know what? I ain't no kid no more. All that playful shit is over.
All right. So I was born and raised in North Carolina.
Yep.
And my first adult decision came after working a day and a half in tobacco.
Okay.
I was taking the racks out of the barn. I made it the adult decision that I was taking my ass to college. Because I am not doing this anymore. The first day I came home, I was so tired. I had tobacco dust all in
Working
my
hard.
hair, all in my nose, and everywhere, and nooks and crannies and stuff like that. And I went back out there and real talk, you know, my mom made me a bologna and cheese sandwich for lunch and everything like that. I lasted a day and a half. The next day, I lasted a half a day. I called my dad, come get me, and I immediately started applying for colleges.
Devin, you thought you was gonna be grown, get some paychecks and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's
I was
funny.
like, man, no, that was a wake up call. That was probably my real first adult decision.
Got you. Yeah, that's a decision for real. You're like, you know what? Let me go ahead and
me and tobacco is not, and I'm allergic to outside. I'm allergic to dust, mold, trees, grass.
Oh, terrible.
Yeah, and I'm just and he had just sneezing, snot nosed kid. Yeah, no.
Yeah, man. Yeah. When the last time you cried, it didn't have to do with death.
When's the last
time you cried and it didn't have anything to do with death? Because everybody, oh man, you know, such as passed away. I asked a lot of people that question because some people don't want to answer it. Some people do.
Probably a couple of weeks ago. Mm-hmm. I think I cried and don't know why I was crying.
Yeah.
It's just one of those. It's one of those. Sometimes, like when you have anxiety, you can have it and not know why you're feeling anxious.
Yeah.
And then because I don't know why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling, I can get emotional and then I just cry.
Okay. What's the silliest thing you cry about as far as like I say like movie or TV show and stuff? I cry when the Lions. I see that video, the Lions becoming a good team. I saw Dan Campbell make that. I'm like, dang, you know what? Because it's like, I'm 39 years old, man. I never really seen the Lions do good.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so nervous about this year. Because we got a hard schedule, so I'm hoping we don't go back to our old ways. So yeah, when I see those Lion videos, like, that's the silly shit, but I be crying like, not like crying boo-hoo, but a little tear. That's how passionate I am about the Lions, man.
I'm you know, because, you know, she grew up in a time where you had to hide stuff like that. And I would see that it was hidden. Yeah. Nobody made no comments or whatever. And then I come home and she make bread pudding for me. So now that's like my number one favorite dessert. Okay. I don't want no raisins in it or no nuts in it, just plain good bread pudding. Yeah. So if I go somewhere they have bread pudding and I taste that bread pudding is comparable to my grandmother's bread pudding, I will shed a tear.
Hey, I'm with you because that's how I was with dressing. I'm a big dressing person. Okay. And we gotta be cranberry sauce on there. You be talking stuff. And my mom made the perfect dressing. For years I was chasing this taste of this dressing. And I finally got it with my wife, her mom. And man, I ain't cry, but I got emotional though. Cause I'm like, dang, that tastes just like my mom's, man. But yeah, he clowned me for dressing, man. I love dressing.
Hey, we like what we like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now Bushman had been around a lot of music. A lot of music, man. But if I wanted to know who Bushman was by only listening to a song or album, what song or album gonna talk about Bushman?
Okay. Probably like the artist would be Heavy D.
Okay. I know it's your favorite rapper, right?
One of my favorite rappers. I actually saw his last performance before he passed away at the BET Hip Hop Awards. That's one of my go-to artists. When I like need to hear some what I call feel-good music, I go to that because I used to see Heavy come perform at A&T and that whole New Jack Swing era. That's my feel good music right there.
For sure. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But what about if you need an album? I ain't gonna say album for this year. if you had to give this year a movie title, what would it be?
Give this year a movie
This
title?
year a movie title, yeah.
Damn.
That's it. That's it. Damn.
Yeah. Just damn.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with you.
Now, growing up, you spoke on being from North Carolina. You spoke on it a little bit. But give me a little insight as far as like who was in your house, how was your parents and stuff like that, man. Just a little, you know what I'm saying, recap on, you know, as a young Bushman,
you know,
in North Carolina.
My father was a school teacher. My mom was a secretary. They both worked full-time jobs and part-time jobs to take care of me. You know, they were old school, so they didn't really share with me a lot of personal stuff. You know, I found out things later on as an adult that happened. There's things that I remembered as a kid. You know, like I often felt like Dad wasn't always there. Like when I was in the band, I don't think he ever saw me perform in the band. I don't think ever saw me in my baseball games or anything like that. But they were good parents, you know, and I grew up in a loving home and a loving household around a loving family.
Yeah. Dope. It's funny, off subject, but you talking about crying. He almost cried with some food before you came here, man. He left some pizza at the crib. He was hurt. Yeah. He almost about to cancel the show, go back and get the pizza.
Dog, you could have went back and got that pizza, man. I would have waited.
Man, he was hurt, man.
Yeah.
Now, when did radio become, I know you've been, you know, saying 30 years in the game here. When did radio become something, I know as a kid, you know, but when did radio become something serious for you? Like, you know what, I can make a living off this. I want to make a living off this. This is something I want to, you know, really do.
So I started DJing when I was in the 8th grade.
Okay.
A friend of mine, Clark, was a DJ. And he taught me how. And then one day he got a job at a radio station locally. And I thought it was the coolest thing because I know who this guy is, you know, whatever, but I'm listening to him on the radio. So after the whole tobacco incident, you know, I went, you know, I decided to go to college. I was undecided when on my major, but I knew that I wanted to look at broadcasting. My mother and father wanted me to go into computer science.
Okay.
When I got as a freshman in college, they told me you won't be on the air your first year. Okay. You know,
that's something you do with freshmen.
Yeah, the freshmen, you're not going to be on your first year. Okay. I'm like, all right. Yeah. So I'm there just filing records, whatever. One day, my second semester, the program director called me there. She was in a meeting. She's like, I need you to cover for me. What?
Oh shit. Yeah, I ain't ready for this. It's probably next year.
You want me to do what?
Yeah.
Okay. So I went in there, scared as crap, and did it. And before I knew it, I was on every other day. Yeah. Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays doing the afternoon drive shift on air. And I loved it. Yeah. This was fun. I'm playing music, playing what I want to play, learning that. And that same year, they launched a hip hop station. Okay. And they launched it over Christmas break. So I came back, I went up there and I got into the research department, and that was like March. And then by July, I was on part-time. Yeah. Every other weekend. And I learned and I did everything. Yeah. You know, I was like, I can do this. Yeah, definitely. You know, and I did that there for 8 years, and then I got the gig here. And then when I got the gig here, I was like, okay. Yeah. Now, before you got the gig here, you got turned down Chicago. You tried to get a job in Chicago. And you wound up, I guess, getting a job here. You didn't think you was going to get a job, but you filled the application out anyway. And your first episode was Valentine's Day. Yep. Right. I was supposed to start on the 13th. Yep. Came to the station, nervous as crap. Yeah. And then my boss said, go back to the hotel. You'll start tomorrow. Yeah. And mind you, I had already driven up here from North Carolina, little country boy. Didn't know what wind chill was. Yeah. When I was pulling into the city, listening to the radio, they said -30 wind chill. I didn't know what that meant. I got out of the car with a little small jacket on, freezing, and my skin was burning. Yeah, my stupid ass thought that I just been in the car too long. I should have known when my boss would not come take me to dinner that something was wrong.
Yeah.
Next day, car wouldn't start. My car just said, "Screw you! I don't know what
Too
you brought
cold.
me into,
Yeah.
but I'm not having it." So then you go in that Monday and they tell you, "No, you're not starting today. You start tomorrow." I'm like,
Man.
I think that's probably when the anxiety really started. You know, and then. Yeah, I started on Valentine's Day. He wanted me to start on that day since it was right there.
Yeah.
That a day that everybody would be able to associate with me.
For sure. 30 years, man, later.
Yeah, it's love.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Now, did you know anything about Detroit prior to coming here?
Funny you should ask that. Yes and no.
Okay.
One of my boys who I used to DJ with back in North Carolina at A&T was from Detroit.
Okay.
DJ K Nice. That's KNYCE. So he was from Detroit. I didn't know where Detroit even was.
Yeah.
All I knew was that y'all had a lot of shit happening and popping off here.
Yeah.
So when I told people I was moving to Detroit, they're like, "Aren't you scared? Aren't you nervous?" I'm like, what is there to be nervous and scared of? I'm like, I said, honestly, I'm not nervous or scared about what we see on TV.
Yeah.
I said, there's just more people there than there are here. We have the same shit happening here. There's just more people there to do it.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what I was getting into.
Yeah.
You know, where I was very popular, but it wasn't like it is here, where I could go out there, people knew who I was, but didn't know that was me.
Yeah.
I go out here, people know who I am and know who I am and will run up on you.
Yeah.
And that was a little overwhelming at first, but then, you know, I realized it's love. It's appreciation. I mean, at first people hated me.
Yeah.
You know, I had to learn that, you know, Detroit doesn't like change.
Yeah, no, at all, not at all.
They had just really and finally embraced Trey Black, and then he's gone. And then here's this other guy. And the funny thing is, me and Trey came from the same station in North Carolina.
Okay.
And so here I come. I go into these schools, and these kids are telling me, "We don't like you. Who are you?"
Yeah.
You know. And then I would run into the kids about 6 months later. You all right?
We mess with you. Yeah, we
You
ride
cool.
with you.
I like you. You all right?
No, for sure.
Yeah.
When did Detroit feel like home? How long did it take for Detroit to feel like home?
About a year.
About
a year.
That quick.
Yeah, it happened pretty quick.
Yeah.
You know, I think once the city got used to me and got used to what the energy that I was bringing, it felt like home. You know, I felt like I was at home. And funny thing is, my old producer DDT, one day he came up to me. He said, "You know they own you now."
Yeah.
I said, "What?"
Yeah.
They own you. I was like, okay. And then I embraced it, and I figured out what he was talking about. I was like, all right, that's the way they showed me love.
Who was your mentors in your early days, and fast forward, who was some people that you was mentoring?
Man, my mentors back in the day would probably be nobody you would know. There was DJs across the country that I would listen to and get their air checks, and Donnie Simpson, though, you would know him.
Sure. Yep.
Obviously, which he worked at JLB. He was a Coca-Cola team reporter too. You know, a lot of those guys you wouldn't know, but back then you could order air checks of people and get air checks, and I would listen to other people in different places and take what they were doing and then remix it.
I was just gonna ask you, like, would you study other people?
Yeah.
Would you get better at your craft?
Yeah, I still study other people and study myself. Every show I critique still to this day of what I could have done better, or how could I have done this, or should I have done this, or should I have done that? Do I touch this? Do I not touch that? You know. You think about it. That's why my brain never stops working. So those are some people that, you know, Donnie, you know, and stuff like that. And some people that I mentored. There's a lot. I've mentored a lot of people that have, you know, that have come through JLB, that have gone other places, other people that they know who I am, who listened to me and went on to do other things, and later on told me how I was
A big part of
a big part of them being who they are.
Yeah. Was there ever a time you wanted to quit the radio? Give me a story.
Yeah, but it's a sad story.
Oh damn! Yeah,
It was when Art died.
Okay, yeah.
When Art
Listen,
died,
yeah.
it was very hard for me to go into the station and do the show and look over and him not be there.
Yeah.
And know why he was not there.
Yeah,
it was one thing when he was sick and he was out, but when he was gone and I knew he was not coming back, that got to be hard.
Yeah.
But when I talked to his family and talked to his brother and learned about things that Art used to talk to them about when it came to me that I didn't know he was talking about, them talking to them about, I knew that I had to keep going.
For sure.
It was the way for me to continue our legacy of what we were doing.
For sure. There's one moment I want to ask you about, man. It wasn't on social media back then. Might have been MySpace. I don't know.
Or
But
Black Planet.
Black Planet, yeah. But talk about what was going on around the city when Blade Icewood passed away. You know, when we think about the music now, as far as Detroit rap, you know, first person you kind of think about is Blade Icewood.
Absolutely.
You know, so just talk about how you guys at station was feeling, just like what you got from the city as far as how the city was feeling when Blade Icewood passed away.
Crushed.
Yeah.
Crushed. You know, for so long, the industry would not look or touch a Detroit artist.
At all.
They were scared.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like me moving here, coming here. You would hear all these things, you know. It's just like now, you watch the news. You think about it. When you watch the news, the first 10 minutes of news is just
depressing.
Somebody pour me a drink.
Yeah, no, for
you know,
sure.
they get that out of the way.
Yeah.
You know, you got to watch to the end to get to the happy stories.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot when Blade passed, it was just more negative energy. You know, nobody wanted to look at us. You know what I'm saying? But if you look at it now, look at his legacy.
Yeah.
I mean, we're sitting here talking about Blade Icewood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He lives on. You know, and now everybody looks at Detroit.
Yep.
As far as artists.
That's what I said, because when you was on radio, like I said, only people who were showing Detroit music love was Detroit people. You know, you had the KDZs, the Big Hurts, the Rock Bottoms, you know what I'm saying, Tone, Stretch Money.
Yeah.
Like during that time, you had a lot of rappers and people out, you know, probably, you know, don't know. And now it's like they own us now.
Oh yeah.
So like talk about like seeing it when they didn't want to mess with us to now they all own us.
You know, it is so good to see how we have evolved from nobody paying us any attention to everybody wanting a piece of us now.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking at it. Everybody wants to come here and do a show. It's evolved, it's changed so much. And I think one of the biggest things was, you know, guys like Blade Icewood paved the way for these kids that are out here now doing it.
For sure.
And now with the power of a phone and social media, I still to this day, when somebody even asks me, you don't need me.
Yeah.
All you need is a phone, some apps, and a laptop.
Yeah.
And you can blow up and make it on your own. You know, me, you know, that's like having a nice cake.
Yeah.
Okay. If you get on the radio, okay, you can add that to that's some frosting on the cake. You know what I'm saying? But you can have that cake and it's good and eat. Yeah. And your whole family eat, you know? Sure. And I'm just proud of everybody and how they've persevered and what they have accomplished and how people look at the city, you know.
What song do you think really took off Detroit music between Days Low Try Me and T Grizzly's First Day Out?
Ooh.
Because to me, those are the two songs that really like after that you can kind of pinpoint to when people start messing with us. Because with Days Low, everybody was on the remix to Try Me. And then when First Day Out came, it was like, it blew up in one day.
First Day Out, man. Try Me is my shit.
Yeah,
I can hear it in my head right now.
for sure.
But First Day Out, I mean, from LeBron in the locker room, rapping along to it. You know what I'm saying? I remember us doing a Coats for Kids. The first time I met T Grizzly was at Coats for Kids. We dropped First Day Out, and he came out on stage. And I sat there, and I still have the video somewhere. It's on a thumb drive.
Yeah.
I'm a hoarder too. I have everything. Okay, just so you know that.
I know you got some classic stuff, man.
I got some stuff that I don't know how I'm gonna pull because it's on some old school stuff. But I got everything.
Yeah.
And I watched these kids rap every freaking line to the song,
sure.
and I was like, I get goosies even thinking about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
Yeah, I remember I was mad. My wife was playing that. I was trying to be a rapper. And then she wasn't listening to my music, but she had turned on T Grizzly. So that's why I'm like, you know what? I need to change my profession. Even my mother-in-law was boom, 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 boom. She that was like, dang, can't get this. I wish I could get this love for me. That's when you know when you ain't really too good when your people closer to you like, you know what? I'm listening to this person.
I don't even know your name, but be a little bit more kinder and gentle with him.
Yeah, man.
You know, just, smile when you listen to a song. You ain't got to say anything. Just smile.
Yeah. I know. It's like, dang, turn this on. Like, turn that T Grizzly on. Like,
Yeah.
that's what's up. That's what's up.
Don't try to rap T Grizzly over his instrumental.
Exactly.
Okay.
now, you spoke on looking in the crowd, seeing T Grizzly perform, and it just had me thinking about St. Andrews days, man. It's crazy. I'm interviewing now. I used to, run across you all the time at St. Andrews. St. Andrews was like we used to go there every single Friday.
St. Andrews Friday Night Live was voted the wildest club in America by Spin Magazine.
Man.
We did that, me, DJ Don Q, G-Raw, for I think almost 10 years every Friday night, 18 and up. I'm just going to say, thank goodness there wasn't the iPhone or Google phone or social media to that point. It was MySpace then, but you didn't have you take pictures. There was no video because we all would be in trouble right now.
Yeah, man.
We talk about this all the time. Like there needs to be a documentary.
You took the words right out of my mouth, man.
There needs to be a documentary. I mean,
because St. Andrews, that's your first club you're going to for sure.
Yeah,
we was in there faithfully. And
here's what I loved about St. Andrews. You knew it was going to be hot.
Yep.
So it didn't really matter what you wore.
Yeah.
I mean, half the time I wore an old T-shirt and some swim trunks because I knew I was going to get wet.
Yeah.
Security had one job for me. I lived across the street.
Okay.
So I didn't have to drive.
Yeah.
I just walked.
Yeah.
If I came out and walked left, just grab me, turn me around, point me right.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
The Bush Corner became very infamous. There was people that would come over there, and then there was people that came over there and then never came back.
Yeah.
They would just come in and walk straight to the stage, would not come over and would not mess with me.
Yeah.
There's, I built a high tolerance doing St. Andrews.
Man, St. Andrews was the spot, man. I remember one time I was foolish enough to
come to the corner?
No, eat chili and drink vodka. And that's my first time having to take a shit in the club in St. Andrews. So you know that bathroom. And the best. I got to walk around. And I told my boy, shout out to my boy Will Weeze. I'm like, hey man, I gotta go to the bathroom. He's like, man, you can't wait till you go home? I said, no. And he's like, what you had to eat? I'm like, chili. He's like, why would you eat chili and we drinking lit? Yeah, so I was in that bathroom where they'd be setting the little incense and condoms and stuff like that.
That's a fine lesson that you learned and that you could do a documentary on. Put that on Hulu.
Now, man, give me a story that you just remember from St. Andrews, because I remember seeing Proof all the time at St. Andrews. Like he was there just as much as you was. Seemed like, you know what I'm saying?
He was.
He
was at the station as much as I did.
Yeah.
Proof, you got to understand, Proof was one of these guys, man. He was just legitimately cool. Proof would come by the station sometime and be like, yo, I got an idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Where DDT?
Yeah.
I'm like, he in the production. All right. They go in there, man. 30 minutes later, they could come out. I got a whole new promo show opener. It's a freaking full song with ad libs and everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude. But then he would come to the club and just hang out. He didn't want no music played. He would just legitimately come and hang out, man. But I mean, we had good times.
Yeah. Man.
There's, if you're looking for a particular story, not
necessarily, you know, it could be any St. Andrew story you can give us.
Dude,
that's
well,
safe.
one thing, artists will come to town, and I invite them to come through St. Andrews that night. Once they got there, they realized, holy crap.
Yeah.
And then they always wanted to perform. I'm like, I remember 8-Ball MJG in there. They were like, yo, can we perform?
Yeah.
Bet. Call the station. Yo, we're going to go down to this break. Don't bring us back up until I tell you to. Push play records, okay?
Yeah.
They jump on stage. Don Q drops the record. They perform. Crowd go crazy. Go nuts. Boom, 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 boom. They come back over to the corner. Then hate me the next day. And
man,
you know, it was another historical night.
That's why I was telling. I forgot. I was telling somebody younger, but I'm like, the clubs ain't the same.
Oh,
like clubs is nowhere near the same how it used to be. Like, because I remember it used to be at the State Theater, which is the Fillmore now. State Theater,
State Theater, Fillmore. Yeah,
you was at the Good Life.
Yep, I was at Good Life.
Good Life Lounge. I was at the Good Life Lounge when they kicked everybody out because I guess they didn't have a liquor license. I was there that day. For $2 Tuesday. Yeah, man. I got mad.
River Rock, Club 2000.
Yeah. I remember Kingdom. Yeah, man. Yeah. I was there. It was some brutal stuff.
Man, there was
Kingdom.
a time that I did parties Wednesday through Sunday. I don't even know how I survived.
Man. Yeah, we was there every $2 Tuesday. Wilding out. I mean, College Night Thursday at Plan B. We'd go to St. Andrews on Friday, take a break on Saturday, then go to Onyx on Sunday. Yeah, man, we was some club-aholics, man.
Oh yeah, there were so many different clubs, so many different themes, so many different. Dude, it was just man.
Yeah, man.
It was Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday were more like the weekends.
Yeah.
Because those are the days you just go to work and then go home and rest.
Yeah. Now, you had mentioned earlier about social media and people just being able to use their phone to promote. The radio now versus radio back then. The artists, do they need the radio now? Like, is it like what is the radio really needed for right now? Because it's kind of hard. Y'all in competition with podcasts. Y'all in competition with the phone because now we can listen to you know Tidal, Apple Music, whatever. Like, is it hard to maintain being on the radio? Or
not for me, I don't think. Because I think that the differences with terrestrial radio, me being on, I'm on in the moment versus a podcast that's not on in the moment.
Yeah.
So if something is happening right now, I can give it to you right now.
Yeah.
You can't get that, on a podcast. But, we also have the app, so you have the streaming platform, and people who say are from Detroit but now live in Dallas or Atlanta or Florida or Cali, they can still stay connected to the city and what's going on by they can stream the show.
Yeah.
So, it's about giving people content, about giving them what they want. And then, you can tie social media into it. So I can give you what's going on in the studio right now. And have everything go full circle by posting this on social media. I got these tickets coming up. Wow, did you hear what happened? Yo, Jeezy here tonight. You know what I'm saying? He doing that whole thing. You got to get suited up and booted up for that, and then you just keep it going.
Was it hard for you to adapt to the change of using social media? Because, you came from old school radio. Was it hard for you to go ahead and take that leap and change?
No, because I was already watching it. I always try to stay up on top of whatever's get ready to pop anyway. So it wasn't that hard. I think the hardest thing was when it became a requirement, then you find yourself getting addicted to it because you're on it and you just
24/7.
you're just like this, you know. You know. Oh, okay.
I know that all.
Wow. Double tap.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know.
Archive. No, for real. For real. When did podcast get on your radar? For me, it was he was listening to podcasts. This dude right here is the first person he was Blog Talk Radio podcast. He's like the first person I got introduced as far as podcasting. This is my uncle, by the way. But and then after that it was like Taxstone. You remember Taxstone?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Drink Champs and stuff. When did podcasts get introduced to Bushman?
I think when people started, like in radio, started podcasting their shows. But then also with doing therapy, there's podcasts where you can listen to learn how to deal with a narcissist or deal with anxiety or, you know, dealing with different things. If they're, you know, me wanting to act, there's podcasts for that. Me even liking crime shows and things like that. You know, I like listening to headline news. I like listening to, you know, the crime shows, how they saw them. So all that came in. And then for me, you know, radio is ever changing and evolving. You know, me doing a podcast of an interview of a conversation that I had with somebody or whatever like that. And I have tons of old interviews that I'm slowly releasing.
Man, you should. That'd be dope.
Man. You know, it was just conversations that I've had with people, you know, that I recorded.
Now you like you said, man, you met so many people, man. What's an interview that stand out for you? And also, who is somebody that surprised you? Like, as far as like, you didn't know they were this cool, this down to earth.
Wow. Interview that surprised me. Well, down to earth. You know, okay, so he's not an artist. He's a wrestler. The Big Show.
Okay, yeah.
He was super cool. And when we got off the air, he sat and started telling us all these stories, just chopping it up with us. And I said, you should do a book. He says, nah, I don't want to do a book on these stories. He says, these stories I say for people that I like.
Oh, dang.
You know, and so we just sat around and we talked for about an hour. And then, funny thing is, I went to a wrestling event over that Christmas holiday. And it's one of those ones that are not on TV. So it's dark. So he sees me sitting there front row. I'm with my son. And he's on the ring and sees me and says, Bushman! Jumps down, walks over there, shakes my hand, and his hands are so big you can't even see my hand. And my son is just standing there with his mouth open, everybody around me with their mouth open, and then my son gets mad. You didn't introduce me. I'm like, dude, he's in the middle of a show. He's wrestling. You know? And, but he was like super, super, super cool, you know? Down to earth. Neo, real super cool guy. I'll tell you a true story. I would have these private anniversary parties every February. I had one, and these were, you know, people. I made the city money on those nights because people ended up having to get rooms. Because there was no way they were going to drive. So Neo happened to be in town on a promo run. I invited him to come through. He came through. Chicago, shout out to y'all. Y'all don't know this, but he missed his whole Chicago promo run because of me. And after that, whenever I would see him in LA for like award shows, he wouldn't come talk to me.
Oh man,
he just find things on other people's tables and throw them at me. While he doing interviews with this radio station out of Miami, and he's throwing stuff at me. Man. You know, but super cool guy. You know, just a real cool dude, man. I mean, there's so many.
I got a question for you, man. Give me that woman that you like. She look even better in person. Like she fine, but in person it's like she smell good. Like just, you know what I'm saying? Cause
Ashanti.
Okay. Oh my God, I'm jealous now,
dude. I have video proof that I asked her for a scratch and sniff.
man, yeah. She aging better. Like she's
like fine.
My God, man, Nelly, salute to you, dog. You got her back. You better. You blessed. Dog.
Yeah,
yeah, man. I could see that. Yeah, I wish I could meet her, man. Now I know you used to work the BET events. How do you feel about them right now? Not having the hip hop awards.
Do
you feel like it's our fault by not really like the ones that we look for to be there? Not showing up to those events, so we stuck with like I don't want to call them C or B, but we stuck with who the new acts, the ones that we want, who go to the Grammys and stuff like that.
I'm disappointed, but there's some things like when that I suggested years ago as the demographics were changing and music was changing. Like my son doesn't watch TV.
Okay.
He streams everything.
Yeah,
he watches YouTube. Yeah. And I started saying, well, you need to start putting some stuff on YouTube. We need to start streaming some things or behind the scenes content. You can still do the regular show the way that was done, but stream some content of behind the scenes, some of the show on there, because that's where kids are getting their content from now. You got all these people these streamers out here. That's what they do. Yeah, they're getting these, A talents that jump on their streams. So, maybe it'll come back.
Yeah, man, because that's when hip hop awards. You just think about the ciphers. Like, I remember Eminem and Slaughterhouse with Joe Budden went crazy. Joel Ortiz and Cricket Eye and Royce. Like, it's like you knew, okay, this is my award show because I get to hear these, saying guys rap. My favorite rappers rap. Yeah. Then after a while, I was like, they rapping in the car, like one person. Yeah. Like,
yeah. But it's probably really expensive to put on these award shows. Trying to get everybody there and trying to get people there that are not beefing, or if they are beefing, separating the beefs. I mean, it's probably a lot more that goes into it that is probably what caused them to pull it.
And speaking of beefing, how happy and excited are you to see like Detroit working together, like as far as like the music scene? Because once upon a time, the East Side and West Side didn't mix.
I'm very happy. I used to tell people all the time, like, look, man, you dude over here do beats. You write. This person, does video. Y'all need to come together, and y'all could do all this. Yeah. And now people are doing it. So I love seeing that people are working together and making a stand and standing out and doing their thing.
Yeah, and like I said, everybody is together. Even the people that's not really seeing eye still working together. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way I love to see that, because, for the longest, Team Eastside, Dope Boys, and now they all cool and, jealous. So it just make it better for us, because like I said, people ain't scared to come mess with Detroit anymore. Yeah. Well, so when's the Bushman book coming out?
Honestly, I have...
Because I know you got some...
I got some stories and I'm thinking about this fall to start writing. Is one of my things that I want to do. Yeah. Just, on the weekends, I'm just going to start writing everything down and then work on getting everything organized, hopefully by spring, and then we'll see.
Yeah. Because I know that you got some stories for days, man.
I got stories, man.
Man, some stories. Oh, and one of the stories I want to know is, my brother used to make me watch 8 Mile every damn day, man. Shout out to my brother Malcolm, just to watch the battle scenes and stuff. How did that role come about?
I came into the station one day. They asked me about it, and I said, sure. Yeah. I had to go audition for Molly Finn. She's the casting director. Actually, there's two stories with this too. Long story short, obviously I got the part. But I think so Em and I, we don't like talk, but if there's something I need, I make a phone call. If there's something that he wants to happen, a phone call is made.
Okay, bet. So you can call him and tell him to come on the podcast then. Go ahead.
Here's another meme.
I'm talking stuff.
And so that's how I think that happened. One of the ways that happened.
Okay.
But I almost got a different role.
Okay.
In the movie, but they thought I didn't look young enough for it. And then I almost got a role in another movie. I was going to have to be in Hawaii for 3 months to shoot, but they needed a more of a traditional African look, and I look more Rastafarian, you know. So, but that's how that came about.
Okay. Now, is acting still something you want to,
Yeah.
dip in or dab in? How do you feel about the Tubi movies? Like,
You know what? Detroit is like Tubi Hollywood. You know,
I saw a Tubi. I don't want to call him a Tubi dad, but he was his kid go to my son's school. I'm like, damn. I'm like, hey man, you. I didn't want to call him a Tubi actor. I'm like, you an actor, right?
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm like, oh yeah, I know. Me and my wife seen you.
No, you know, I didn't. And it didn't really dawn on me until one of the last BET awards I did, and there was a lot of people that are on the Tubi and realized they were all from Detroit.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I like it. You know, dude, I think anytime somebody can do something and they're out here, they're hustling, they're grinding, and they're making noise, they're putting on. It's good, whether it's Tubi, Hulu, Netflix, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
You're doing it. You're doing what you. At the end of the day, it's about us doing what we love. You know, about being able to go to work and love what you're doing.
Yep.
You know, and that's what it's about. It's not about, to me, how much money you make. If you're doing that and you're happy, and you're making somebody else's happy with your content.
For sure.
Dope.
Have you ever seen an artist from the ground up that you spotted early on? Like, I know he gonna blow up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, Marshall used to be in the lobby of the radio station, and to see where he's gone to is incredible. But I mean, Shad, Trick. I mean, all these guys, you know, I mean, back to the days of Play School and Proof and D12 and Voice to 5'9". Like, Voice to 5'9" is one of the dopest lyricists.
Oh, no, hell yeah. That Book of Ryan, man, like,
dude, Voice is incredible.
Yeah.
You know, he's simply incredible. And just, what else can I say? I mean, yeah, I've seen a lot of guys just blow up.
Yeah.
Do their thing.
Yeah, probably seen a lot fall off too. But I ain't gonna talk about that. I ain't gonna talk about that. But do you ever think about life after radio? Do you think that far ahead?
Yep.
Are you prepared for it?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, because you've been doing it, like I said, 30 years.
This is what I know.
Yeah.
This is what I do. You know. You know, the thought of sitting still scares me. Yeah. Causes me great anxiety. So no, I'm not prepared for it.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I won't sit still. Yeah.
Now, making a band. We all think about this. Making a band, man. This we can play this a couple of different ways with you. I know you probably thinking crazy making a band, but making a band, 5 artists or whatever. I want your making a band 5 as far as Detroit radio personalities. If you had to do a show with 5 people to make, this great radio show, who would the 5 people be, including yourself? So you and 4 other people.
Okay. Myself, Coco.
Look, Coco, Auntie.
Mason.
Okay.
Because Mason would be the glue. You know what I'm saying? Ooh.
The last 2 gonna be hard.
DJ BJ.
Okay.
Because he brings a different type of swagger and energy to it.
Last but not least.
And last but not
You,
least,
Coco, Mason, DJ BJ.
I'm gonna go somewhere where you're not gonna see it coming.
Okay.
Okay. Rhonda Walker.
Okay.
Because you got to have somebody that can be serious.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
You got to have somebody that can be serious, but still, you know, be engaging and funny.
Do you feel like DJ BJ capitalized the most as far as him being a radio personality? Because he did so much outside of radio. You know what I'm saying?
He did a lot.
Business-wise, artist-wise.
I am so proud of what he's done. And there's probably some cases where I'm jealous of what he's done. And I'll just be honest about it. Because he was able to do some things that I was not. At least not. But I'm proud of him.
Yeah, I look at him like I said, I guess he wasn't defined by radio or what he do. He just did so much. I remember seeing him at what's that club in Hamtramck? He used to be up in there all the time. Him and what's my man from St. Louis, man? His name Reggie. But
I know you're talking about Shorty the Prince.
Shorty the Prince, and then you had Paige Young and stuff. But I remember him, them being in the clubs together. So he came a long way. But like I said, his business mind then took off too. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Now to stay on that same thing, give me making a band, artists, 5 artists to make up a Detroit album. It could be underground, it could be mainstream, whatever. But 5 artists to make up. Bushman is DJ Khaled. And you need 5 artists to go ahead, make this album.
Royce.
Okay.
T Grizzly. Dej.
Okay.
Cash Doll. Sean.
Okay. All right. Okay. Cool.
All kind of got a different sound, but collectively coming together can make a good pot of gumbo.
For sure. Now we get to the end. Is there anything that you would do differently with your start in radio, or you would keep it the same?
Oh, there's always something different I would have done. But I'm not mad at the road that I've ridden. It's been a great ride, and I'm still on 75 driving, man, and enjoying every minute of it.
For sure.
Yeah.
What's your advice to somebody who want to get into the radio game? Because do you think that they can last or do a 30-year run on the radio, like like you did in today's game? And what would be your advice to that person who want to be on the radio?
My advice to anybody who wants to be on radio is, first of all, right now, if you're not on social media, you need to get on social media and get your social media game and following up. Because social media is so much a part of being on the radio. And then if you then going into being on radio, have a game plan. Whether it's a 2-year plan, 3-year plan, 5-year plan, but have a game plan of what you want to accomplish in that time period, and then what you're going to do after that. Okay. Because doing a 30-year run, the way radio is right now, I don't know. Yeah. I honestly don't know. Yeah. I mean, I have been blessed. And that's all I can say. I've been blessed because there's a lot of people that have not been able to do what I've done.
For sure. What's your definition of success?
My definition of success is making a difference in somebody's life. I always went to schools and talked to kids, and I always told people, if I can make the difference in one kid's life, I've done my job. That's dope. And I've had those kids come up to me and said, I remember when you spoke to me, I went to college, I got a degree in this, I'm doing this. Yeah. That's success.
I'm not trying to fast forward in your life, but how do Bushman want to be remembered, man? Because I didn't know how it was gonna come out. Like, how you gonna be remembered? Like, damn. I asked it to everybody, so I just want to make sure.
You know, I want to be remembered as the guy that made you laugh.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that you could come up to in Sweetwater while he was eating his wings
For sure.
and give him your CD or ask for a picture or ask whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be remembered as the guy who was on the radio, but I was like your next door neighbor as well.
Yeah.
That's how I want to be remembered.
All right, so I'm ending off with this question right here. If the mic could
Wait,
talk,
you just killed me off.
I know.
So, I mean, how you gonna?
All right, if the mic could talk back to you, what would it say?
Don't say it, Bush.
Go ahead.
Don't say it. Probably shut up, Bush.
Yeah.
Because, man, the things that be running through my head that sometimes I want to say that I don't say.
Yeah.
And
Probably for the best.
The mic is saying, "Shut up, Bush."
Yeah, man.
That's
dope.
what it say. Yeah, that's what it would say.
That's dope, man. Hey, man, I could ask 1,000 more questions, man.
Part
But-
2.
Yeah, but I appreciate you coming on here. I appreciate you showing the podcast some love, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, 95, when you was on, I was what? I was 9? 9 years old, going to Bustle. My mom in the station wagon making me mad because I hated getting dropped off in that station wagon. Listening to you guys and stuff like that. And like I said, the Cocos and Foolish, Mr. Chase, man. Like, how was Mr. Chase? He was like, how was he as a...
Oh, Mr. Chase was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Good dude, man.
Yeah,
Listen.
man. Yeah, man. I missed those Foolish word of the day, too.
Oh, yeah.
Heck yeah, man. Where can they follow you on social media?
Bushman on Air. That's you can find me Bushman on Air or the Bushman Show. Google me and you will find me.
Okay. Anything that we should be looking out for within the next, a year or two?
Yeah, winter.
For sure.
It was a hell of a summer. Winter.
I'll
just be looking out for it. It's coming.
Now the winter time is when I get depressed. I hate cold weather, man. But I've been for 39 years. I should be.
You'll be all right.
I've been for 34 years. 'Cause I moved for a little bit.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
Yeah,
just
man.
wear a coat.
Yeah, man.
Not
for
a
sure.
jacket, but a
For sure.
coat.
For sure. Yeah, don't want to get frostbite. But you already know, man.
That part.
Shad versus everybody, episode 237 with the legendary radio personality, man, Bushman.
237.
You already know, man. We got Q behind the boards. Best podcast in the city. If you think different, I don't give a damn. Peace out.
Send Q pizza now.
Oh, yeah. Nigga, piece of man.